Rob gets stuck in a loop and wakes up in his bed whenever he ejaculates. Will he finally find a way out of it? You'll have to stick around to the end to see how the whole story unfolds. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we will give you a recap of the film Premature. Spoilers ahead, obviously. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie starts with Rob Crabb, who is an ordinary high school student, dreaming about having a good time with a pretty lady who seemed to have 3 breasts. He dreamed right until he came. Next, his mother walked into his room while Rob was just in his underwear laying on his bed. His mother tells him to dress up and leave for the school. Rob dressed up and met his father at the breakfast table. His father gave him his old rowing band and told him to wear it at the interview. Rob left for his school and met his friends Gabrielle and Stanley. Gabrielle invited him for a beer later that night, to which he agreed. Later, a group of volleyball players came and sprayed piss on Rob with a water gun. He became upset when sometime later his friend Stanley brought him a new pair of shorts. They sat at the table when a hot girl, Angela, approached them and asked Rob to teach her earlier than they had planned. He hesitated at first, but his friend finally made him agree with her. Rob then attended his class when he was called out by Gabrielle, who came to the office for the interview. He went into the office and started the interview with the interviewer. The interviewer got quickly emotional thinking about his wife after Rob mentioned that his parents met at Georgetown. He then went out of the office, met his friend, and told him all about what had happened. He later then met Gabrielle at the chemistry lab and told her that he couldn't meet her later tonight for beer as he had other plans, which made her a little sad. Rob, while returning from school, went straight to Angela to teach her. Angela came downstairs and took him right to her room. She then started to flirt with him and then kissed him while rubbing his crotch. He started to enjoy it a little and was about to come when, right after, he woke up in his bed again and in his underwear while his mother came in his room again and told him to dress up. Rob got a little confused and went downstairs. His dad again gave him the same lecture about becoming a champion and again gave him a headband. Rob then went to his school and met his friends again in the same pattern and engaged in conversations with the same dialogues. He later again got his pants wet with piss from the water gun. He kept a cool, calm face thinking about how possibly everything was repeating exactly in the same way. He then attended his class again when Gabrielle called him for the interview. He again went into the office with the interviewer and asked the same questions as before and started crying as well. He went out of the office and started to run away. He met Angela again, who again invited him to come over to her house and to teach her. He agreed to her and then started to sprint towards the student healthcare office. He met with the receptionist and told her that he was experiencing a déjà vu and was sick. She checked him up and told him that he wasn't sick. Rob, still unconvinced, then went to the pharmacy with his friend and bought medications to feel better. He then went again straight to Angela's house, up to her room, and started to make out with her again. He looked to the side and saw the gay friend of Angela staring at him through the window right as he came. Unsurprisingly, he again woke up in his bed in his underpants, and his mother crashed into his room and told him to dress up. He dressed up again, met his father, and left for school. He went through the whole cycle again and then went to Angela's. He again started kissing her and came and then woke up in his bed with his mom crashing into his room. As she left, he screamed in confusion. He later this time went to his friend Stanley, who was about to have intercourse with a hot popular girl. Rob came into the room and told them all about what was happening to him. They comforted him and tried reasoning with him when later the hot girl told both of them to come and they magically did. Rob again woke in his bed.
What the fuck is happening?
Is everything okay?
And started to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. He started to enjoy some explicit stuff on the internet and came. He again woke up in his bed and finally realized how his day looped over and over again. Rob this time went to his school and got his pants wet again. This time he got angry at the volleyball group and lashed out at them. The group got angry and started to chase him. Rob ran across the hall and locked himself in a room. He later got an idea and started to masturbate to loop the day. He finally came and woke up back in his bed. Rob now felt something new and somehow started to feel invincible. He confidently went to his school and met with his friends. He then told them that he wanted to do something new. He found a golf cart and drove it straight into the school's hallway. He later met his friend Gabrielle and took her outside to smoke a joint. They sat on the bus, smoked the joint, and discussed their friendship and how both of them were important to each other. They then went back to their classes. He attended his interview and this time calmed him down and made him drive away in the golf cart with freedom. He later went to his class and squished his teacher's breast and confirmed its texture to his friend without any fear. He then went to have lunch and punched Sally, who had fought him in the 4th grade. Sally got angry and knocked him out while kicking him in the crotch. Later, Rob got taken to the headmaster, who decided to expel Rob and make it worse for him. Rob wanted to reset the day by ejaculating, but couldn't as his headmaster caught him. He ran away and finally went to a washroom to pleasure himself, but couldn't finish it as Sally had damaged his goods. His friends came and tried to help him out by moaning. Rob still failed to finish and went outside, only to get kicked in the goods by Sally again. He somehow came from the kick and woke up in his bed again. He became upset and went to his school again. He started to talk to his friends rudely and was shoved through the volleyball group with ignorance. He then sat in the class in an upset mood and then left for the principal's office for the interview. He started explaining to him how he knew all the possible answers to his questions and even stopped him from crying. He then went to his friend Gabrielle for all about his problem. She believed him and decided to make him meet the highly intellectual neighbor. They went and talked to him, but unfortunately his crazy grandmother attacked Rob from the back and disrupted their conversation. Rob went back home and came again to reset the day again. He again went back and met with the intellectual neighbor and started to dunk his head into the toilet bowl and ask him whether his grandma had cursed him. He denied such magic, and Rob had to leave him alone. He then met his friends when Stanley made him realize that it wasn't some curse on him and that it was something else. Rob thought to himself and went to Angela's house. He then started to make out with her and initiated a conversation with her. He realized that she was only attracted to him and didn't love him. He left her and went outside where his dad was waiting for him. He finally went with him and decided to sign up to go to Georgetown to study. He sat with his dad and the headmaster to talk further about going to Georgetown. Rob realized something and finally decided to leave and meet Gabrielle since not Angelica. He went over to her house and started explaining it to her. She reacted rudely and started mocking Rob. Rob decided to leave her, but she went and brought him back. They both sat and started to talk to each other. They then connected spiritually and started kissing each other. They later then initiated to sleep together, and finally Rob came again, but this time he didn't wake up in his bed with his mom sneaking through the door, but rather woke up alongside the girl that he loved, and finally broke the never-ending, painful loop. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.